welcome to episode 11 of the news that broke glass. I was wanting to do this earlier, but now I'm just going to set this in stone. I will probably never ever keep to it. I'm going to be recording these episodes on a Wednesday and they'll be out on a Thursday, probably Thursday afternoon, Thursday morning in the States. But now I'm back at work full time, so I'll try and keep to some sort of schedule. I can't just be sitting around drinking and smoking weed and talking shite all day, doing wrestling stuff. Unfortunately. Anyway, few things happened. New Jack fucking died of a heart attack last week, and R.I.P. New Jack, who was an influential character, a crazy man. He was somebody for the best shoot fucking interviews, craziest fucking dives, and one of the sort of founding things that made ECW extreme back in the day. And I remember when I started watching ECW, my dad in the UK, we didn't really have ECW and anything, I don't think, at least not on the TV and the shit we were watching. My dad used to tape trade with this guy who fucking grew weed across the fucking state, not the stairwell, but from his flat to the next flat over. He used to have ECW tapes, and my dad used to trade him other stuff and weird movies and Bill Hicks things. And for these ECW tapes, we started watching them, and I saw House Party 96 was the first ever show I ever watched. But for New Jack, I always remember, this is probably never I remember obviously a lot of his dives and under that November to Remember, and the one with Vic Grimes where he fucking landed on his head and stuff. But for me, my favourite sort of thing was my favourite, and I don't know why, but it's the show I watched the most, was November to Remember 2000, and it was New Jack against Rhino for the TV title. And I remember New Jack cutting a promo where he was basically, I was reading a lot of Stephen King at the time, and New Jack basically said that he was like, this is going to make, Stephen King couldn't dream up a fucking shit like this, and was saying that when he won the TV title, he was going to fucking pawn the belt and fucking sell it for drugs and stuff. And him against Rhino was a really good match, and New Jack got beat, but it was awesome. So rest in peace, New Jack, and I do have an 8x10 of him. And on the last ICW No Holds Barred sale, New Jack's last match, I think, was Then and Now for ICW, and I bought this signed 8x10, so probably the last sort of stack of signed 8x10s New Jack ever did. So rest in peace, New Jack, a interesting, crazy fucking guy. Now, also last week we had Dark Side of the fucking Ring with Nick Gage. It was awesome, it was really good. For me, I want Dark Side of the Ring to be longer, but I understand it's 40 minutes with advert breaks and stuff, but it was great going through just fucking the trials and tribulations of being Nick Gage and going to prison and getting fucking hurt and the airlifting out and the bank robbery and just everything. It was really, really good just to see Nick Gage on fucking mainstream TV. Obviously this is going to bring out all the cunts, all the people that hate deathmatch wrestling are going to fucking moan about it more, and all the people who love deathmatch wrestling are going to love it even more. So as I said, I wrote on some boards and whatever when I was drunk, because I get annoyed when people criticise deathmatch wrestling, because it's my passion, It's like, deathmatch wrestling's not for you, you fucking cunts. It's for us. It's for us fans, and for us fans it was a really good fucking episode. Really made you. I did not know the thing about Justice Payne. I did not know, I just heard that he died. I didn't know that he fucking jumped off the fucking bridge and everything, so I was like, holy fuck. It'd be good if they mentioned some Night Hatred in it. I don't think they mentioned him at all, really. But yeah, it was really, really good. Obviously, Brett's talking about him a lot, because they're really good friends and stuff. But it was a really, really good episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Nick fucking Gage, MDK all fucking day. And then the next thing after we saw Nick Gage was he was at Draft Day for GCW. I won't do a full review because when I watched Draft Day, this was my last weekend just there before I went back to work full time, and I was on a 3-day fucking bender. I was hammered, so I did watch Draft Day, but I only remember bits and bobs of it. The two best matches were the main event and the Matt Justice, the second year crew against Eli Everfly and those other two guys. That match was fucking awesome. I highly go out your way to fucking watch that. It's a 6-man tag. There's super crazy backflips off fucking balconies outside and chair shots, and blood and violence. But actually, last week when I was talking about draft day, saying, "Oh, I don't think I'm really going to watch it," they did have light tubes. AJ Gray and Nick Gage was a good fucking violent match, and Nick Gage won. But they did have fucking light tubes, so I don't know what maybe they changed buildings or something. But when Alex Colon said in that podcast previously, they didn't have glass, but they did have glass, and then the match was really good. And then at the end, again, John Moxley came out giving Nick Gage the fingers. Also, it was good to see Moxley in the documentary. I feel as if they should have like pushed the Nick Gage documentary back and had that come out just before their match, whenever that match will be. Because I think that would have been better but I think it's Nick Gage against John Moxley. It's going to fucking sell it anyway, no matter where it is. But yeah, draft day was pretty good for what I remember. For the two matches that I highly recommend, the Second Gear Crew 6-man and the main event. Oh yeah, and Schlack against Duty Fatu was fucking good too, but it's Schlack. So, you know, it's always going to be good. We've got some new GCW shows announced. I think this was last year, the year before. They are going to be going to Zona 23's Junkyard in Mexico on July 18th. This is a day after the show in Wyoming, the Outlaw Mud show, which is now, it's got Ricky Morton announced and Nick Gage announced. So they're going to be at the Junkyard on the 18th, then on the 19th they're going to be in Wyoming for the Mud show thing. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I assume ICW is going to go down to Zona. A lot of the Zona guys are coming up for the Indianapolis show. Maybe it means that GCW can maybe get to the fucking UK, because I've still got my fucking tickets. My tickets, they're non-refundable tickets to see TNT wrestling against GCW and the GCW show at the Hangar 34 in Liverpool. It was meant to be August 2020. Fuck me. What other show? We've got another two shows coming up for GCW on July 24th and 25th, which is GCW Homecoming. It's in Atlantic City. I assume that it probably won't be inside the showboat. It might be at that place where they had the homecomings last year, like on the pier, which will be alright. And GCW's got Backyard 3 is coming on July 4th. So GCW and ICW are fighting the battle that nobody fucking cares about. Everybody's saying this, like, they're running shows against each other, blah blah blah. I remember last year when GCW did Backyard 3 and ICW No Holds Barred did the 4th of July show. Nick Gage was at both. He came in at the very end and challenged John Wayne Murdoch. So maybe we'll get to see stuff like that. I'm happy for both shows running against each other. I'll probably be watching ICW over GCW, but I might watch them both at the same time. Depends what fucking works like. And we also have another 2 fucking entrants for the Tournament of Survival. Number 3 is Effie, and number 4 is Orton Vite. So far we've got Bam Sullivan, Nolan Edward, Effie and Orton Vite. I think the only person who's actually been in a Tournament of Survival before of all those guys is Orton Vite. I'm pretty sure he's the only one of all those people that's been in a NGI before as well. So a lot of fucking new blood. The puns for TOS. Now, on to the big controversial thing that happened over last weekend, which was Trainwreck Southern Sickness Cup, the 24-man deathmatch tournament. Now, I won't give any spoilers for the show because it's Trainwreck, IWA, blah blah blah. Everything's out like 2 weeks later. So once I've watched the shows, I will do a full review of them. But the only thing I will say is, I know the results anyway, but I don't want to ruin it for the 2 or 3 people that might not have seen it. But there's the big controversy is Eric Ryan. I'll just go over this spot. I think it was the first round match. JJ Escobar was against Eric Ryan. JJ Escobar's lying on his back. He's got lighter fluid all over his fucking crotch. Eric Ryan lights him on fire and hits him with a weed whacker. And fucking JJ Escobar's got fucking second degree burns all over his fucking legs. I'll show you there. The spot went really badly. Luckily he's only got second degree burns. It didn't fucking burn his cock off or anything. It was really dangerous. I don't think it's not the fault of Trainwreck. Apparently that JJ Escobar's meant to have like a team of people because he's like a stunt guy there to just put him out. Nobody was there to put him out. He was rolling around on fucking fire for fucking ages. Fucking scary shit. Like when I saw that I was like, holy fuck. But also the main thing about this is that apparently he was told, or Ian Rotten has told people, I think it's just a miscommunication. I wouldn't blame Ian Rotten, I wouldn't blame JJ Escobar, I wouldn't blame anybody. Just a miscommunication from people that there's no fire in the actual Rotten Memorial Hall. But apparently he did this fire spot, so now, after IWA Mid-South runs King of the Death matches, they've lost the building thanks to that fire spot. Which is a shame. It's a shame that fucking JJ Escobar got hurt. It's a shame that nobody was there to put him out in fire. It's a shame they lost the fucking building. It's just a shame all round. But it's one of those things that will live on in infamy, I'm sure, of a JJ Escobar highlight reel of him running around on fucking fire, burning, like, second degree burning all over him, all over his fucking legs. But speaking of IWA Mid-South, we've got more entrants for, I assume, the now 24-man King of the Death matches 20-year anniversary. So, being added now, we have Kevin Giza, who I really like. I like the young guy. He's good. Casanova Valentine, Logan James, Dale Patricks, Otis Kogar, Bam Sullivan, Ian fucking Rotten's coming out of retirement to wrestle on that show, and finally the Bev. And now a first round match for the tournament, the only first round match announced, is going to be Ian Rotten against John Wayne Murdoch, which is fucking insane. Ian Rotten's come. I don't even remember the last time Ian Rotten wrestled. I have to check it up when the last time, but a long time ago now. He's going to fight John Wayne Murdoch in the first fucking round, so that's going to be fucking sick fucking shit. But it's just a shame. So that King of the Death match probably going to be the last time they're going to be at that building. But it's IWA. They'll find another building. They'll do it in a field. They'll do it in a fucking whatever. You know what I mean? It's going to be fine. It's just a shame because, I mean, ever since, I mean, last year when they were running Prince and King of the Death matches, they were running that building. It's been really good for them. But hey ho. JJ Escobar's not that badly hurt. It's not the end of the world, so hey ho. Now moving on to ICW No Holds Barred. We've got some announcements for Boardwalk Buds. For PFX 8, which is on the 27th, Akira is going to be fighting John Wayne Murdoch now in a non-title match in the cage, in the pit, sorry, for non-title. I don't know why it's non-title. I suppose Akira, I mean, he's not really deserving of a title shot, I guess. I mean, Sadika, is she deserving of? Who knows, anyway. Unlucky 13, NHB 13 has been moved from the Bourbon Room, this is on June 26th, to the casino floor of the Showboat. And when I was at the Showboat for TOS 4, it was like being in The Shining. It was like a big empty place, like massive empty. I like the Showboat Hotel. It had a creepy vibe to it. I assume it's a lot busier now because they've got like an arcade and everything, and they're going to be making a poolside thing. I think where the Sandlot is now, they're going to be making like some sort of water park fucking thing. Who knows? So that'll be more space, more seats, more fans. Good for them. The Pit. I don't think we're going to get any matches announced for this, and the Pit's on June 26th at 4 PM now, we know the time of it. It is going to be an IWTV. This is going to be in the Sandlot, surrounded by like food trucks and shit. We've got a match that says fucking Tank with the motherfucking Rev against Casanova Valentine, so that's fucking good shit. And we've also got some announcements for the Indianapolis shows on July 9th and 10th. Calvin Tankman is returning to ICW, like Calvin Tankman. He was really good then and now, and the Battle of the Tough Guys. And we've got another match announced. This is for July 10th, which is the Saturday. Aaron Williams is going to be fighting Nolan Edward. So I think maybe a first time meeting between the two of them. I'm not too sure, but that's pretty fucking good. And sticking with the Indianapolis shows at the Marion County Fairgrounds and Event Centre, the fucking AWR's Asylum Deathmatch 2 has now a new entrant. So it's going to be more entrants than it was last time, I assume now, and a first round match. So we have Lucky is the new entrant, Lucky 13, who's sort of getting a renaissance these days of like death matches and stuff. He's bleeding buckets at GCW and No Peace Underground. And also we've got a first round match, a last man standing death match between Otis Cougar, who's the fucking man, against Aiden Blackheart, who's fucking really good. I want to see them, both those guys, in the chains. So that's at the Marion County Fairgrounds Event Centre. So bloody fucking violence. Now, my notes are all to fuck with this shit, so I am just going to quickly go over Japan, and then I'm going to go over the H2O and No Peace Underground. So Japan, apparently Freedoms did run a show. No one knows what's going on. Apparently there's a state emergency, and there's not a state emergency. I don't know fucking what's going on. Anyway, they were on a show in Miyagi, Japan. This was on the 16th of May. The main event, which I'll just go through, was a light tubes deathmatch. It looks, I mean, for the people that are in it, Kenji Fukamoto, who's my guy. I love Kenji Fukamoto. Jun Kasai, Sasaki, and Segura beat ERE, the whole team of Takeda, Yuki, Suduka, and Violento Jack. So Freedoms is getting fucking good, and what is going to be the main event? It's going to be Takeda, I think. So, I mean, that was Freedoms, and also, Big Japan is also run at the Corrigan Hall. So there's apparently not really a state of emergency. Whoever lied to me online, the news, whoever they think they are, cunts. Anyway, BJW, we now have the final 4 competitors for the Deathmatch Survivor. So this was on May 16th too, running, is that the same fucking date? Maybe I wrote down the wrong dates, I'll recheck that. May 16th, Ito beat Takeda to win Block C. That match looked fucking disgusting. I'd much rather Takeda won because I'm a big fucking Takeda mark. Last night on the ICW merch club thing, I won a signed Takeda hat. So fuck yeah, and a t-shirt. Once I get those things, I'll show them off on the show. So Ito beat Takeda. There was some cool bumps. Takeda powerbombed Ito through like the thing that Nick Gage went through, like the sort of wine rack thing full of light tubes. And Ito poured like a whole massive, like industrial-sized bag of salt all over Takeda's back. That looked awesome. And at the same show, Hyodo beat Sami Kodaka. So because of that, because of Kodaka's lost, it means that Kamitami wins Block D. So unfortunately for Sami Kodaka, because I'd like to see him advance, but Kamitami is going forward. So now at Corrigan Hall, this is going to be the finals for Deathmatch Survivor on June 13th. We have got the Block A is going to be fighting Block B, Violento Jack against Drew Parker. It's going to be fucking awesome. I don't know who I want to win that. I'd probably say Drew, because he's for the UK, but I love Violento Jack. And Block C against Block D, which is Ito against Kamitani. So I imagine it'll probably be Violento Jack against Ito in the finals. I don't think Violento Jack wins. But Drew Parker could potentially win. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Now, that's all the Japanese stuff out the way, because all my notes were all to fuck for this. Now, we'll just move on. So, on Friday, which will be tomorrow by the time this comes out, the Soundbar. In Florida, we've got Rewiring the Human Body from No Peace Underground. Just go over the card quickly. We've got Lucky 13 against Ty Hill. Kobe Carino against Orden Veit, which is a follow-up from their little rivalry spat thing that they've had, which was at Murder Mania over Mania weekend to showcase the fucking independents. Hell yeah. Casanova Valentine against Atticus Kogar, which will probably be a match of the night. I assume that'll probably be the main event. Eric Ryan defends his title against Zicky Dice. I like Zicky Dice, and the few times I've seen him. G Ravers against Sonico, who's a masked guy who I've never seen before. And also, probably opening the show, we've got Paro against 3 guys. I recognise one of the names. I think they're H2O studenty guys. Austin Luke, Reed Walker, and Ryan Redfield. So Paro will destroy all of them. So that'll be good. I'll probably be watching that live. Depends on work now. This is the difficult thing with work and lockdowns and everything, back to work all the time. I'm going to try and watch this and the next show live, do some reviews of them next week, and do some music video things with them, but this will probably be a little bit later on because of work and all this fucking bullshit. And finally, we will move on to Hardcore Kingdom 5 from H2O Wrestling, which is this weekend, on the Saturday, May 22nd. So just go through the card. We've got Danny Havoc, Hardcore title 4-way, which is Jeff Cannonball against Mitch Vallon, against Marcus Mathers and Austin Luke. I think Austin Luke and Marcus Mathers are a tag team, I think, and Jeff Cannonball and Mitch Vallon are a tag team. So 4-way of 2 tag teams, that'll be interesting. I assume Cannonball will keep the belt. We've also got Hybrid Championship, Bam Sullivan against Mouse. Hopefully Bam Sullivan wins. I'm getting a mark for Bam Sullivan. I like that guy. Good to see him. He's in TOS, he's in King of the Death, he's everywhere, you know what I mean? Good for that guy. Deserves it. We've also got the H2O title, Lucky 13 against Chuck fucking Payne. That'll be good. It'll be interesting. I'm sure Lucky's already held the H2O championship. I'd like to see him hold it again. Chuck Payne's probably going to win. Now we get into the tournament. We've got Kennedy Copeland against Mickey Knuckles. Poor Kennedy Copeland. She's a good wrestler. Mickey Knuckles will kick the fuck out of her, I assume. Jimmy Lyon against Eric Ryan. Jimmy Go Die, which is a shame because I like Jimmy Lyon, but it's Eric fucking Ryan. He's king of the death. I want to see Eric Ryan or Akis Kogar win Tournament of Survival this year, so fucking put them in it, Brett. Fuck's sake. On a side note, that was a really funny moment from Draft Day. Brett Lauderdale fucking screaming at Mance Warner to stop breaking the chairs. It was really, really funny. He's so serious about it, and Mance is just taking the piss. Good fucking times. Another first round match with Devin Moore against Declan Grant. I reckon they'll put Declan Grant over Devin Moore, because Declan Grant's beaten, I think, like Brandon Kirk and stuff like that in the past, so who knows. And finally, first round match, we have got Otis fucking hell. And finally, first round match, we have got Atticus Kogar versus question mark. We do not know who it is. It could be Matt Tremont, but it probably won't be. It could be anyone. It could be Nick Gage. It could be anyone. But I'd like to see Kogar win this tournament, so who fucking knows. And also, the Widow's Walk scaffolding returns for a match. So that is the news for this fucking week. Thank you for watching the news that broke glass. And as always, no deathmatch, no fucking life. Thank you.